New year means new board games.
So many new board games.
And which ones are the most anticipated for us?
Let's see.
We're gonna look forward to 2022. It's already 2022.
It already is?
Well, it's almost is. Or it might be when you are watching, and we're gonna look at the games that we are excited to see and play.
In 2022.
In 2022. We have 7 different categories in which we're gonna choose these games. Let's start with the first one, which is...
The most anticipated family game.
2, 1, Transmissions.
What?
Yeah, the same?
What? You know what I thought you were gonna pick?
Yeah.
Flamecraft.
Oh, no. So yeah, it's a family game. There are robots on the board,
Yep.
and each player can choose whichever robot, use them to collect parts to make...
They're calling their ideas. Yeah.
And then get points, and that's how you win the game.
I mean, it's about robots collecting stuff, but it looks cute. I know immediately I'll show this to my family. They'll go like, oh, let's play that. And I feel that's the perfect way for a family game to get introduced to them. You just look at the cover and go, this looks cute, let's go.
Not to leave them just with one game, tell me more about the Flamecraft.
Fine. Well, if you insist. But Flamecraft is also a family game where you're running your bakery and the dragons are the bakers. And there's resources and there's different clients and so much stuff. And it also looks really cute because they're dragons making, cakes.
So 2022, all for robots and dragons.
Looking cute and making stuff.
Cube Climbers.
Cube Climbers, I've heard that name.
This game is about magnets and climbing to the highest peak. In your turn, you just can move a cube, or you can roll a die and see if you can push away other players, and you just build this tower. Seems like quick, a lot of action, and really fun, and I thought that would be a really cool filler.
Mine's Long Shot, the dice game. Years and years ago, there was a game called Long Shot, which was a horse racing betting game, which I really enjoyed. It's been out of print for a while now, but they're coming out with Long Shot, the dice game, which is essentially the same game, but instead of, having cards and things like that, you're just gonna mark things down on your board. So it's almost like a roll and write game. You have board with the horses, you're rolling dice. Some dice let you move the horses, then the other die lets you take actions, and then actions are betting or collecting stuff and then getting special powers. So it seemed really nice. Plus I love racing games and there's not a lot of good ones out there. So hopefully this one's a good one.
And actually the most anticipated thing next year for us is not a board game.
It's seeing where we can take this channel together with you.
So subscribe and like, as it really helps us to build this huge adventure together with you.
The most anticipated game of 2022 for 2 players.
2, 1. So you've been eaten.
Batman: The Dark Knight Returns.
So it's a heavy game?
It is a heavy game. It's actually a solo game, but you can play 1 versus 1. One player playing the Batman, one player playing the villains. Normally, it's a solo campaign game where you go through 4 big chapters, and if you read the comic or haven't read the comic, it's the future where Batman is old and he's coming back from retirement because the Gotham is overrun with all these gangs and the villains are resurfacing again, and you're just trying to go through that story in this solo game. First of all, I still am looking for my perfect Batman game. Sadly, up to this point, haven't gotten any. Gotham Chronicles came close, but not close enough, so hopefully this one's it.
My game is So You've Been Eaten, which is also primarily a solo game, but there is 2 player version where one goes against the other. The whole idea is that there are huge space monsters and you have a job to jump into their stomachs because there are rare resources that you want to pick up. So one player plays the monster and the other player will play the miner. If you're in solo, you're just the miner. There was also an option that you play the monster and there is the robot miner, so you can play both sides.
Do you know that it actually says from 0 to 2 players on the box? Yeah. You don't play it, but you can control things for both. Yeah, they're both automated, so it's funny. Yeah, definitely.
2, 1. Kiwi Chew Down.
What? That's a Euro game? Well, I have Endless Winter, which is a Euro, but it's a deck building Euro. And my favorite deck building Euro was Dune. So I'm hoping this is along the same lines. It has a board, you move pieces around. I think it's a little bit of worker placement. It's definitely a lot of deck building. Come on, be good.
I looked through different Euro games. Kiwi was something original, funny, because you have to feed your kiwis. You get resources, feed them. When you're feeding them, they might take enough space, so they push out other kiwis, opponent kiwis out of the place. Or if you feed them too much, they explode, which I thought is super funny twist to a serious game genre, which is Euro usually, economic games. So this is like a fun twist to it.
Most anticipated campaign and or legacy game.
3, 2, 1.
BoardSang. Oh, come on, Frosthaven, please.
Of course, I didn't joke around. Gloomhaven is the top-rated game in Board Game Geek. To be honest, it's not my favorite legacy or campaign game, but reading Frosthaven's description, I thought this is really interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they maybe fix some things that I didn't enjoy. It's a dungeon crawler where you upgrade your character, play different levels, fight monsters, get coins, sell these coins to buy equipments, and it's a huge campaign game.
I feel excited about the part where you're going to build your settlement. Feels really exciting. And then the crafting as well. So it looks like it could be better Gloomhaven. Mine's BoardSang is also a dungeon crawling campaign game, but all you do to set up is just place the starting tile. Obviously you get your characters and cards and everything, but for the board, just the starting tile. And then you can explore as you go. It's just so easy to set up and just go and play. And the artwork is nice, the minis are really nice. It's hopefully something that I will finish for once.
Probably not, but
Probably
let's anticipate
not,
that.
But I definitely anticipate of finishing that. Our most anticipated thematic game.
3, 2, 1. Skyrim. It's a cooperative adventure game. You have a big map where you just travel, have missions and tasks that you need to do. You also have a lot of options to make your character really unique, to upgrade it, get skills. I thought it's really in my alley because I, for a really long time, enjoyed cooperative game called Elvish Horror, which we have talked a lot about. You have a lot of like side missions, side things, your personal quests and rewards that you want to do before you do the main quest, because it gives me this open world feeling. And when I saw this game, I thought this is what I want, and I'm really excited about it, and I hope it's gonna be just as good as I'm hoping it will be.
Mine is Vanguard.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. It's from Awaken Realms. We both love one of their games called Nemesis, and it has a really nice storytelling. Even though it doesn't have a direct storytelling, it just somehow happens.
This War of Mine I also love, which has a really fantastic story.
Yeah, exactly. I hope that this is gonna have a fantastic story, and it's about a ship that's created on Earth and just flies into space to explore different planets. The emphasis is on exploring things. You go on a planet, you explore, you do kind of skill checks, like a storybook where you turn it over and then the next page is available, and improve your ship. You go back to the ship between missions, and I really hope this is gonna be nice. I mean, it's in space.
Probably that's why you're anticipating it.
Yep. And the last category is a game we know nothing about.
We just maybe saw the cover, read a few lines about it, but we don't know really what it's all about. But we think, I must have it. 2, 1.
Far Cry.
Wonderland's War.
What? Wasn't even Far Cry considered for this?
It was at first, but then I thought, I already have like a game thematic.
Now we have to
Skyrim.
quickly talk about it. Great going me. Anyway, there's gonna be a Far Cry board game, which emulate this crazy action that happens in a video game. But guess what? If this would be in this category, we don't know much about it.
We loved the video game, so we were thinking, oh, okay, this could be cool. But yeah, I didn't pick it. Sorry. But we had to talk about it.
We had to. Mine's Where Humans Don't Belong. I don't know much about it, so what can I tell you is except that I've seen a little bit of an artwork. It's basically a solo game, but there's also a 2-player co-op variant where you have this ship that is stranded on a far away in the space. Not far as Star Wars, closer. You're trying to repair your ship to get out of there. So you will explore planets, you will upgrade your ship. You have a crew. When you start out, you like create your crew and create your ship. You're chased by like a giant enemy things, aliens, and just so much stuff happening, and it feels like a really nice narrative sci-fi horror exploration game that I really enjoy, except I don't know anything else about it.
Yeah, mine is Wonderland's War, which takes place in this thematic Alice in Wonderland's kind of theme, but I don't know much about it, except I saw also a few artworks and I read 3 mechanisms. First one was drafting, which we are super excited about. The other one was bag building.
Well, it's basically deck building, except you're not using cards.
And the third one was area control. So a lot of like interaction could be there. It looks good. It could be something you could play with family, also with gamers. I don't know much else about it, but I'm very anticipating it. So these were our most anticipated games. Let's hope we can get them, we can review them, we can play them, and we can enjoy them.
Yeah, what are your most anticipated games?
Let us know, and of course do the following things.
Like, subscribe, and see you next time on the next video.
So from all of these, which one is the most anticipated?
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Quickly.
Bard Song. No, Batman game.
Batman game.
But if only if it's a good game. Is it gonna be good, Jens?
It's gonna be good.
Okay, then Batman
How many
game.
times can they miss on Batman? That's fine.